all if it ain't the return of the living dead. Do you want a bite? Looks like I do have a pint of Grupo.
Sharon, I've got a migraine.
No, you ain't.
Yes, I have. Look, it's my head. I think I know what's going on in it. And what's going on in it right now is a Bruce Springsteen concert.
You've just got one of your bad depressive headaches, that's all. If you had a real migraine, you'd be laid out.
You'll be laid out in a minute. Oh.
Now, Mum, she used to get proper migraines.
I don't remember.
When she was a girl. Auntie Sylvie says...
Oh, Auntie Sylvie says. The world's great authority on everything.
Nothing wrong with Auntie Sylvie.
That a brain transplant wouldn't put right. I mean, who was it saw Princess Margaret down the pie and mash shop last Easter?
It could have been. She could have a secret passion for jelly deals and liquor.
Then she'd have had it sent in, wouldn't she? Oh.
The reason you get bad headaches is because you feel sorry for yourself all the time. And the reason you feel sorry for yourself all the time is because you've got low self-esteem syndrome.
How dare you sit in my kitchen, wolfing down my bangers and having the brass neck to tell me how to lead my life? Your life's a complete mess.
Ah, but the difference between us being that I know I'm a complete mess. You ain't faced up to it yet. It's like a pig in mud. It knows it's a pig, it knows it's in mud, but it's still happy.
Meaning?
Well, it don't mean nothing, does it? It just goes to show that we're like chalk and cheese, you and me. Optimist, pessimist. Happy as Larry, miserable as sin. Pig in mud, headache in bed.
That's the first good idea I've heard from you yet.
What?
Bed. I'm going back there. Call me when Daryl gets out.
Blimey, Dorian, won the World Cup?
It's a Russian samovar, Sharon. Almost certainly from the Imperial Silverworks at St. Petersburg, and definitely typical of the Catherine the Great period.
Lovely. What's it for?
For making tea, of course.
Partial to a cuppa, was she, Catherine the Great? I've got the kettle on. Let's try it out.
Sharon, no! This is a treasured family heirloom. My grandma over Sholom left it to Mummy.
Why, didn't she like her?
Sharon, I'll have you know this is priceless.
Well, I certainly wouldn't give you nothing for it.
You'll change your tune after the Antiques Roadshow.
Eh?
You don't know? They're coming to Chigwell tomorrow. The BBC, the cameras, all those distinguished sexy experts in their Argyle socks.
Oh, I get it. This is Dorian Green's big chance to see her features on the telly.
Nonsense. I simply thought I would take this opportunity of having Mummy's prized treasure professionally evaluated.
I know how your mind works, Dor. Get on the road show, make a splash. Next stop, blankety blank, eh?
Sharon, I am horrified you think me so vain and superficial.
It's only because I know you. So, how'd you manage to get on this roadshow, then? Just bring something old?
They're old and precious.
No problem. Tracy's got all Mum's things in the loft. Bound to be something up there. Mind the wonky step.
Oh, I do miss having the use of my loft. All that fuss Marcus made about converting it into a billiard room and his balls are still in the box they came in.
Oh, look, I remember this. This used to hang over the fire.
Pity it never fell in.
Now then, where's Dad's medals?
Medals? Now, they are very collectible. Someone paid an absolute fortune recently for a VC.
Unfortunately, my dad missed the VC by just one letter.
Sorry?
Yeah, so was he. Well, luckily they invented penicillin just in time, so it cleared up in the end. In fact, it cleared up all over.
Well, I don't know about the Antiques Roadshow, but there is a car boot sale at the Baker's Arms on Sunday. Oh, no. This is nice. An Edwardian lady's travelling writing box.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Someone gave that to Mum when she left being in service.
It's locked.
What the hell do you think you're doing up here?
Oh, hi, Trace. We're just going through Mum and Dad's bits and pieces.
Oh, really? And what do you think gives you the right?
They were Grandparents and all, weren't they?
Yes, well, Mum made me promise to look after everything. She entrusted the lot to me as the eldest.
Hold up. I ain't about to bung it all on the bonfire, you know.
We're simply looking for something that Sharon can use to get on the Antiques Roadshow.
They're coming to Chigwell tomorrow.
And we found this rather attractive little box, which might just scrape through if they're slack.
Put that box down, it's private, that is.
What's in it, Trace?
Nothing. Just odds and sods.
Let's have a look, please.
I don't know what I've done with the key.
Oh, not to worry. It's the same sort of lock Marcus has on his secret 5-year diary. Oh, look! Letters. Well, love letters, judging by the colour of the ribbon.
Yeah, well, they're probably from Dad.
You must be joking. He was about as romantic as a wet Wednesday in Walthamstow. Took him all this time to fill in his Paul's coupon.
Look, he might not have been very good at showing his feelings, Sharon, but he did love Mum.
Yeah, at least twice. USAF Lake Heath. From US Air Force Corporal Melvin Hallowell.
Ooh, very Elvis Presley.
Maybe Mum should have teamed up with Top Gun there, Trace.
Don't be a div, she must have been twice his age.
So?
Did you know about him?
Mum may have mentioned it once, but they were only pen pals. Now come and put them all back.
I wonder what happened to him.
Got sent to Vietnam, Mum said. Trodden a landmine.
Oh, how awful. Was he badly hurt?
It was a sodding landmine, Dorian, blew him halfway back to America. A friend of his wrote and told Mum.
Oh, what a sweet little cameo brooch. Replica, of course.
That story really got to you, didn't it, Dorian?
Come on, let's put it all away now, shall we?
No, hang on. Here, cop in here for this. Glad to hear the trip to the orphanage went so well. She sure sounds like your kind of kid. Send me a photo of her as soon as you can. What does it mean, orphanage?
You know what an orphanage is.
Of course I know what an orphanage is. So what was Mum doing in one?
Well, I don't know. You know she used to be a dinner lady. She probably did a stint there once.
What does it mean? Your kind of kid? You knew about these letters, didn't you?
Look, I may have glanced through them once before I lost the key, but it don't mean nothing. Now give it here.
Don't mean nothing. Your kind of kid? Send me a photo orphanage?
Well, it probably means that they were thinking of adopting a kid after they had us. That's all.
I don't believe you, Trace.
Neither do I.
Who asked you? Right, come on, give it all back.
No, I'm looking for more clues.
I'll help.
Look, you mind your own. In fact, you can sling your hook and get the hell out of my loft where you weren't even invited.
But, Tracy...
Come on, out! Now!
All right, I'm going.
Mind the wonky. Snip.
Eat up, shall it'll get cold.
I'm not hungry.
It's unusual for you.
Yeah, well, it's unusual for me to have the entire foundation of my life and personality destroyed, isn't
Oh,
it?
leave it out.
You just don't understand, do you?
What's to understand? I'd read some letters you hadn't. Poor Sharon.
You're just being deliberately dense, Trace. I don't know who I am anymore. This morning I thought I was Sharon Theodopolopoulos, nee Rackham.
And who do you think you are now? Annika Rice?
Don't it bother you that one of us might be adopted?
Look, on my birth certificate, it's got Mum and Dad's name right where it should be. And yours exactly the same.
How do you know?
Because I remember.
Well, I don't.
Well, then go and get it then.
I can't, can I? I haven't seen it since me and Chris got married. He said he needed it to take up the Greek Orthodox and he never brought it back. Probably flogged it to some illegal immigrant, knowing him.
Then apply for another one.
Oh, this goes deeper than birth certificates, Trace. I've always had this deep down feeling that we was different. Our lives, our looks. The reason why you're thin and I'm fat.
Look, if that's what's bothering you, go on a diet.
And that's another thing that's different between us. I couldn't be as thick as you if I tried. I've always had this feeling that I was different. A sort of piece missing, a lost connection.
Shouldn't that be loose connection, Sharon? Sorry. Look, we all feel like this sometimes. It doesn't mean to say we're adopted, though God knows sometimes I wish.
I think I've always known, really. It explains everything. That's why me and Tracy are so different.
But you aren't so different. You've got the same colouring, the same eyes.
When Mr and Mrs Rackham...
Who?
Tracy's parents. When they went shopping for little orphan Sharon, they chose a baby that roughly resembled the little girl they already had.
Are you familiar with the word paranoia, Sharon?
My mum weren't my mum. I don't know who I am anymore.
Sharon, listen. Why are you so sure it has to be you?
Because bad things always happen to Sharon, that's why.
No. I mean, why assume that it was you who was adopted? I mean, this doesn't name names. It's not even dated. For all you know, it could be Tracy who was adopted.
But she's the oldest.
So, it happens all the time. A couple think they can't have children, adopt, stop trying so desperately, and then bingo, an £8 surprise.
Yeah, it's possible.
Maybe that's why she's so defensive about the letters. Because deep down, she's worried that she's the one.
Yeah. But how do we find out which one of us it is?
Well, don't you have anyone you can ask? What about the infamous Auntie Sylvie?
Of course.
Well, there you are, then. Problem solved. I should counsel for a living. Oh, get that for me, would you, Sharon? It's probably my masseur. He promised to try and squeeze me in this afternoon.
Or vice versa. Ah, for me.
Aha, very funny. Dorian, how you feeling?
Better than I thought after plummeting 8 feet onto a hard parquet floor.
Bought you some flowers.
Yes, I can see that, Tracy. The fall didn't damage my eyesight. Put them in the kitchen, will you, Sharon? I'll try and arrange them later when the throbbing subsides. Ah!
What's she doing round here? Bending your ear roll about those stupid letters?
I can quite understand why you feel so insecure, Tracy.
Me?
Obviously, you've realised that either of you might not be the natural child.
Might not what? Look, it's Sharon who's got the identity crisis. I know who I am, thank you very much. Don't you dare involve me with your pathetic fantasies. I've already told you I don't want to know.
Well, I do want to know, more than anything else in the world. And you're not going to stop me finding out.
Here you are. I've been up to town and applied for another birth certificate for you. They'll put it in the post first thing tomorrow. And then maybe we can put an end to this nonsense once and for all.
This has gone beyond birth certificates, Trace.
Oh, don't talk, Pods. Oh, no.
What?
Why'd you bring her over here? We always go to her. She never comes to us.
Only because you never invite her.
This is balmy. She's
She's what?
She's old and she's smelly. And she's completely off her head. You know she is, Sharon.
No, she's not. She's our oldest living relative. Probably.
Oh, what's she doing in there? She'll bust me low-level flush. She's probably never laid eyes on one before.
You've got a real problem with old people, you have. You'll be a wrinkly yourself one day, Tracy Stubbs. And she ain't smelly. It's just her ashes of roses scent.
Ooh, always reminds me of death.
Something wrong with your lavatory. Decided what to do with this marry yet, Tracy?
Answers on a postcard, please.
Best one off the allotment, so make sure you do it justice. Hello, Sharon. Nice house you've got. Lovely countryside.
Auntie, can I ask you something?
Just a second, Tracy, dear. I'm sensing the atmosphere.
I told you, balmy.
There's a strange vibration in here.
It's the washing machine. It's on rinse.
Oh, no, there's something else. An intimation of death.
She's right, only it ain't happened yet.
Maybe she's picked up the vibes from Melvin's letter.
Oh, leave it out.
No. Auntie, do you still do that? Whatchamacallit, holding things and feeling their auras?
Oh, you mean tactile communication? Well, doesn't always work, Tracy, dear.
Surprise, surprise.
Here, try this letter.
Oh, very interesting. A definite feeling of friendship and shared secrets.
See? She's brilliant! She's brilliant!
It's a personal letter, Sharon. Of course it contains shared secrets and friendship. Brilliant, my Jaxie.
I'm picking up a sceptical aura, Sharon. You should come down the spiritualist church of a Wednesday night.
What for? The bingo?
unbelievers may scoff, but you'd be amazed at what passes through us sometimes. Your mum believed in the spirits.
Whereas my dad was happy with a pint of Red Barrel and the black and white minstrels on the telly.
Be a better country if more people believed. No matter what in, so long as they believed.
Oh, I do believe the kettle's boiling.
Cup of tea, Auntie?
What sort you got?
There's Thai foo, some Earl Grey.
No nettle?
Nettle?
I had a premonition you wouldn't have no nettle.
Oh, now that's really spooky, that is.
Here you are, Sharon. Dunk this 6 times in a cup of hot water. Hot water, mind, not boiling.
Tracy. I'm Tracy.
Auntie, can I ask you about the old days?
Yes, of course you can, dear.
Do you remember when me and Tracy was born? Well, you must do. I mean, you was around after all, weren't ya?
Won't be a sec, Auntie.
Get off! What do you think you're doing?
This has gone on long enough, do you hear me?
I'm going to ask her. You can't stop me.
Ask her! A dozy old bat who's 2 slices short of a toast rack. And you're going to ask her if one of us was a freebie from a kid's home. And then you're going to believe her. Get real, will you, Sharon?
You don't have to listen if you can't face the truth.
The truth? The truth? She wouldn't recognise the truth if it bit her on her bum.
Oh, yeah? So what are you so scared of, then? Oh, come on. Answer it. What's the matter? Frightened you miss something?
What do you want?
I thought you were coming with me to the roadshow.
What? Oh, that? Yeah, great.
So, how did it go, then? Mum's pregnancy. Was I an easy baby? Did she get a lot of morning sickness? How was the labour?
Well, as far as I recall, Tracy, dear...
No, Sharon. I'm Sharon.
I see the identity crisis has cleared up.
Come and shower. We've got to go to the Antiques Road thingy with Dorian, like we promised. You'll be all right, won't you, Auntie? We'll call you a minicab.
So don't introduce me.
Dorian, this is Auntie Sylvie.
Oh, delighted. I've heard so much about you. Sharon tells me you're a little bit psychic.
Oh, I have my moments.
I've always been fascinated by the paranormal.
I don't think Auntie Sylvie wants to hear about your sex life right now, Dorian. Come on, we'll be late.
Blimey, O'Reilly. I never thought I'd lay hands on one of them again.
What?
Can I have a proper shufty?
Pardon?
Show her your urn, she means.
Oh!
Here, why don't you use your 6 cents on it, Auntie?
Oh, Lord love us, this takes me back.
To where? To the imperial court of the Russian Empire?
Acne Empire, more like. Your Uncle Russell used to work a stall just over the road from where they knocked these out. Solomon's his name was. Jewish fella. Can't remember his Christian name. Lovely bloke. He knocked out all sorts of things. Trophies, fish kettles. Mended an old zinc bucket for me once.
Fish kettle. Zinc bucket. I'll have you know this was created by the Russian imperial silversmith and has been in our family for centuries.
All right, calm down, Dor. Anyone can make a mistake.
Especially if you're totally harpic.
What?
Harpic, clean round the bend.
So now you admit it?
I was only translating.
That's all right, Tracy. Sister's just a bit upset.
See? She can't even get our names right. She don't know what day it is, what year it is, come to that. How dare you come into my house uninvited with your stupid marrow and your nasty, smelly tea bags, complain about bad vibrations and stinking my kitchen out with that horrible, that revolting scent what Mum used to wear.
Tracy!
I've got to get to the roadshow. I'll show myself out.
It's only ashes of roses, dear. Her favourite scent, that was. She loved roses, did your mum. I think I'd better be going home now.
No problem. I'll get your coat. You stay where you are, Auntie. You can't let her go on now, not like this. She'll never speak to us again.
Oh, who gives a toss?
And the next time we get to see her, they'll be screwing the lid down on her coffee.
Oh, Sharon.
But she's our auntie. She's all we've got.
Are you sure she's our auntie? I mean, maybe she's your auntie and not mine. Or maybe she's mine and not yours. Maybe one of us is really heir to the throne of Transylvania.
She's our auntie, all right? Look, let's forget about this adoption business.
Just like that.
I'll tell you what. We'll settle her in front of the telly. We'll go down the roadshow for a bit, let the air clear here. Then we'll come home, cook her a nice tea, and say no more about the A word, OK?
Promise?
I promise.
Yes, well, this is solid silver. It's Edwardian. It's a dressing table set, probably given by a father.
Excuse me. Excuse us with plainclothes security. Cagney and Mason.
Where's Auntie?
Just at home watching television.
Well, she'll be able to watch me on the television soon. My samovar passed the weeding out test with flying colours.
So much for Auntie. All right.
Oh, this looks a beautiful piece. Lovely. What have we here?
Dorian Green. Very pleased to meet you.
My friend means what have you brought for us to look at?
Apart from her cleavage.
I'd like to think how many experts have handled that.
It's Russian. A samovar, of course. Late 19th, early 20th century. Nickel-plated. Beautiful piece of workmanship. Would you like me to make a stab at its value?
Only if you want to.
Well, I think we're talking somewhere in the region
If I might interrupt you, Michael, I think you'll find it not quite what it seems. You see these marks? They're absolutely perfect. Which, of course, is the giveaway, because the original Russian model would have had hand-stamped marks, whereas these brilliant 20th century copies were always stamped by machine.
Copies?
Yes, they were made between the wars in the East End of London by Emmanuel Solomons, using designs and mortally the stamps brought over by his grandfather during the Russian pogroms.
So much for Auntie's cred then, Trace.
All right, you win. But look, you promised not to bring it up again.
Yeah, but that was when we thought she was due Lanny, but now...
But now what? So she recognised a bit of old tin. She's still 2 bricks short of a load.
No, she's not.
Oh, hello, girls. Tea's nearly ready.
Auntie, which one of us is adopted?
What's that, Tracy dear?
You can cut out the act, Auntie. I know you're no loopier than I am.
What does that prove?
It says in this letter, Mum went shopping at the children's home. Now, which one of us did she buy?
What letter's that, then?
The letter some young enforcement wrote to Mum.
Oh, yes, I remember. She lied about her age to him, of course. She was a one.
So who the hell is it? It's me, isn't it?
Oh, don't be daft.
Oh, God, it's me!
Why should it be either of you?
She went up the orphanage. I know it's me. I've always known it was me.
Oh, Sharon, you promised to let it drop.
Oh, please, girls. Yeah, don't cry, Tracy.
I'm... Tracy. You got it right.
So who the hell is it?
Your mum made me promise the last time they took her in hospital. We knew it was the end. She wouldn't pull through this time. Sylvie, she said, promise me you'll not tell the girls. Promise me.
Tell the girls what?
Oh, you don't know how much I miss her. We always looked out for each other. I only started the spiritualism to try to reach her. You don't want to fall out, you two. There's nothing like sisters.
Well, of course we don't want to fall out.
If we are sisters. What did Mum make you promise, Auntie?
A promise is a promise, Sharon, dear.
Look, don't be frightened. It don't matter which one of us is adopted. We grew up together. We love each other like sisters. We're going to stick together till the day we die. It don't matter what you're going to tell us, but we've got to know.
She just said we were sisters, cloth ears.
Yes, you are sisters. They adopted the pair of you. You see, your mum and dad couldn't have kids. Tried till they was blue in the face. And keep in mind, they was both the wrong side of 40. So, they went up the kids' home and there you were.
Who was?
Well, both of you, like I said. 2 little girls. One barely 3 years old, the other no more than a baby. Your dad couldn't bear the thought of splitting you up. Gladys only really wanted the one of you.
Which one?
Oh, God! That we don't want to know.
But your dad talked her through. It's all or nothing, he said.
You mean our dad? Mr. Call Me Irresponsible?
Heart of gold he had. Oh, I'm sorry, Gladys, but I had to tell them. And I'm glad I did. God, I think that marrow's catching.
Hang about. What about our birth certificates? I mean, they're all in order.
Of course they are, dear. Me and your Uncle Russell fixed them. Had a lovely copper plate hand, your Uncle Russell. Considering he left school at 13 and bit his fingernails, and as I used to char down the old town hall.
What are you on about now, Auntie?
Well, your mum and dad was old-fashioned, dear. They thought being adopted would hold you back in life, so I got hold of a couple of blanks for them.
Blank what?
Blank birth certificates, you div.
That's right. It was easy. Filing cabinet weren't even locked. Uncle Russell filled them in and I signed for the registrar. It was a doddle. Did it for loads of families.
What? You could have gone to prison for that.
I did.
Can I come in?
Of course you can.
Can't you sleep?
Nah. Funnily enough, I seem to have rather a lot on my mind.
Me and all. I can't seem to take it in either.
What? That our mum and dad ain't really our mum and dad?
No, that Auntie Sylvie was an old leg. Anyway, Mum and Dad were Mum and Dad to us.
Yeah, of course.
Here, Trace.
Sharon, don't. Whatever it is, don't.
No, listen a minute. Well, it must have occurred to you and all. Would you like to find out who our real parents are?
Sharon, don't you dare.
But we're entitled to find out.
No, not if they abandoned us. I don't want to know.
But it could have been some young girl on her own. Didn't have no choice, thought it was for the best. On the other hand, we could find out we was related to someone really important.
Oh, yeah? Like who?
Don't you think there's a distinct resemblance?